Hey, traders. Welcome to the Tuesday stream where Bitcoin has dumped about 5%. At one point it was down more. Lowest low of the day, 58,725. And this is kind of what can happen when a bearish engulfing candle is presented the day before. You caught immediate fall through price action. You fell below a critical level of support that needed to be held, right? 63,588. The main area was 64,899. You fell below that after a nice little fake out. And until you fall below 57,489, you're safe. You're safe at these levels. I mean, that is an insane, it should be an insane level of support where there might be a lot of limit buys. Market participants might try to keep the price above this level, but if not, you certainly have to understand what happens historically to Bitcoin when it falls below $57,500. Well, we'll just talk about straight up, straight down, 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 straight up. So you understand, if you break 57,489, there's an extremely high chance that Bitcoin does the same thing and goes straight down to $53,000. Okay, so those are the I mean, that's really the level to be paying attention to if you care about traditional technical analysis. That's about it. The daily bearish divergence is certainly playing out. The negative momentum's building at its highest level since November 1st, just 16 days ago. Relative strength index a little worse for the wear.
I would like to hear your thoughts on Alpha/US. You have been on Binance, TNX.
What's up, Defiant? Thanks, dude. Wrecked. Everything wrecked, just about, except maybe AVAX or something. Lowest RSI on the daily for Bitcoin since September 30th. And certainly neutral, 46. Yeah, so no edge. I mean, on the daily, there was technically an edge, and it was kind of bearish, I guess, where you were diverging the higher high, the lower levels on the oscillator. It's not a good thing. All right, so hold 57.5 if you want any kind of recovery. But just remember, before we switch to different time scales, different assets, let's just reiterate what we talked about yesterday on stream, where the date was November, I think 17th. No, it was like November 8th or something. We go all the way back, chat, to what people are trying to compare the run to. Okay, well, I mean, November 8th all the way to November 12th, from your highest side to your lowest low, and that 5-day period or whatever, Bitcoin lost over 30% of its value before it had a resounding recovery, even held old all-time highs from October as support. Oh, you've never been here before. Support, and then an engulfing candle, and then gone. After that 30% drawdown that wiped out God knows how many people, Bitcoin went from that low point to its high point after 258% in less than 1 month. So, just for the sake of context, and that doesn't mean that that's literally going to happen again. That doesn't mean Bitcoin's going to lose 30% of its value and then moon, right? I'm just telling you, there have been times in history, in really bullish conditions where drawdowns occur. This one's kind of, you're only halfway there. It's kind of a joke compared to 2017, where from the highest high ever to the lowest low today, Bitcoin only lost about 15% of its value. So if you wanted to literally do the same thing Bitcoin did percentage-wise in 2017, this asset would have to drop, oh my God, I haven't even done this yet. It'd have to drop to $48,000. Yeah. Before it made a higher low than the previous low from September 28th. And then goes again. And definitely not saying that's gonna happen. I'm just telling you if it did the same thing, percentage-wise. Pretty crazy. So one thing to talk about, we brought it up yesterday, or at least when this was identified, a measured move from the breakout. It takes you Crap. Takes you down around 53K. Alright, this thing's so weird. Alright, hold on. Yeah, it's right around that level. $53,000. So if the 100% measure move occurred, well then Bitcoin would be going to a level of inflection. Bitcoin would be going to I believe a 50% retrace from its previous discernible swing low to high. It'd be between the 50% and 618. Let's just say a 56% retrace. Which, hey, guess what, chat? You know, Bitcoin from July all the way to September mooned, but then had a drawdown. Do you know how far the drawdown was from the low to high? Bitcoin lost about half its value, or half its value from that previous low to high. Right there. It back tested critical levels as support at the 50% retrace, and then it was gone again. So, I mean, like, if that repeated, you would be going to like 54K, 53K. If it did the same thing it did in September, again, yep.
Horizontal or diagonal levels, sub/res in crypto.
I like both, but yeah, I normally am going to put more weight on a horizontal line than a demand line. Just because there's just so many countless times where an asset will break a demand line, but it will still, you know, look left. It'll maintain levels from history. We could go to just real quick. It's the Binance chart. You could clearly see if we go to like less significant time scales, there is definitely some sort of Wyckoff range going on. I mean, that is clear as day, isn't it? You have support 58.4 to 59.2, and then 66K is the top of the range, right? So you've now hit the bottom of it, or at least the top end of the bottom. And we know below this level is very bad, where major markdowns could occur. But if it did hold, man. So if you were like someone who went short at the top because you're amazing, you know, I mean, isn't this a level where it starts becoming higher risk for someone who's shorting? Kind of. Right, because you're at inflection points now, or you're nearing them. But at the same time, you can't be that alarmed, because really on no time scale are sellers really implying they're exhausted yet? Not really. That is bearish convergence on the 4-hour. RSI, yeah, it got oversold, but again, it's not diverging. So, you know, there's the idea of an X, A, B, C, D, that you're at that level. Strange context though, right? You'd think that based on Fibonacci, measured moves, it would make a lot of sense and wouldn't be that weird at all, and wouldn't put the trend in jeopardy if Bitcoin went down to $53,000. It wouldn't do anything. No damage would be done except you break a support and then you dump fast to the next level, and you get a big, what, 30% sale on Bitcoin like you did in 2017. So here's your demand line. Demand line broke like it was nothing, but you're still above horizontal line supports, right? So, okay, so we can go to Ethereum that got also wrecked. How about time, man? Like, how long is it gonna take for this thing to get wrecked? It's like, started feeling stupid for, you know, having your last target around $4,400 on the trade setup. I'm like, dang, dude, it's just gonna keep going like it was. And finally, all right, exceeds the third target a little bit more for a little bit, stalls out, lower highs, and then dumps. And if you look left, what is it doing? Something very, very important that it's not. I mean, it's done it before. It did it October 31st and November 1st before going higher, but this might be more significant. Or if you look left, the old highest level ever where traders settled up in May 11th, is now being tested as support. Unfortunately, there's no edge. I believe from the previous low to high, it's a very minor drawdown so far, percentage-wise. Probably only maybe even hit the 382. I don't even think it's hit the 382. We know the 236, but nope, not even the 382, which is at 4,000. 4,000 lines up with this old high from September 5th. And if Bitcoin, you just got to think about it, like, right? If Bitcoin dumps to 53K, certainly going down to 3950, probably going lower, probably going to like 3600. And then maybe after that, things don't go well, 3300. You know, you got a couple peaks here, but not much data between 3K and 4K, straight up, straight down, almost straight up, straight down, straight up. So yeah, you don't want to fall below these levels. You know, because we know there could be serious, more downside, seriously, right? But, you know, as long as the asset makes a higher low than $3,000 eventually, the trend is still intact. It's still bullish. And all the moon boys get wiped out, too. And you get Bitcoin and Ethereum on sale, a harder sale.
0.036642667 LTC.
I'm sorry. What was that? Thanks for the Litecoin, dude. Mass riots in Europe? I have not heard of this. Total government revolt? Is this real, chat? Dang, dude. Thoughts and prayers for, you know, everyone who's under the boot of the tyrannical governments who have used COVID as an excuse to grab power and tyrannize, you know. All right. So you see what I'm saying? It's like you're back testing a level of support. It certainly will not hold if Bitcoin continues to dump. Once Bitcoin breaks below 57.5, 58.3, see ya Ethereum, see ya altcoins, see ya everything. I mean, we were talking about yesterday. If Bitcoin breaks this 63.5 area, altcoins going to be down double-digit percentage points. They were earlier. Most have kind of rallied a little bit, but it doesn't look like they're done yet. Just nothing's presenting an edge after such a violent dump so fast on the 4-hour, 60-minute even, and definitely not the daily. So all we can do is wait for that edge to appear. The edge, what is an edge? An edge is just I would say an aggregate of variables that all imply the same thing at critical levels. That's what an edge is. People ask that when I say it, you know. All right, so I guess we can move on to Total that did something interesting, just like Ethereum. Hey, rain or shine, we're gonna be playing the clip.
I like turtles.
Can y'all even hear that? Is it even loud enough?
I like turtles.
I mean, there's... I gotta pull up my stream deck, man, and I like Total should be... Oh, God, it's too... Look, how about this, chat?
I like turtles.
Or this.
I like turtles.
Yeah. Crank it up to 100%, chat.
I like turtles.
All right, I'm sorry. Abusing Toodles. Toodles gonna be outlawed. Anyway, look left, an old all-time high from May 12th was back tested today. Back tested and is not really doing much, right?
Can we take a look at Poly on the 4 hours?
What's up, Bit Boss? Yeah, we'll do that. Thank you, man, for the 20 Kings. So with Toodles, critical areas, certainly would not be weird at all to see this asset or this market cap run down to 2.4 trillion, which was the highest daily candle close of all time at one time back in May. And certainly gonna be happening if Bitcoin wants to run down to 57.5 and then lower. All right, as we have no edge on Bitcoin right now on the 4 hour. Maybe since you're oversold, you know, you could catch a reaction, a little reaction to liquidate some shorts that are over leveraged, you know, doing things they're not supposed to be doing. But other than that, nothing. Remember, the divergence and stuff, the exhaustion, those are like implied real reversals. But at any time after a tremendous amount of dumping when an asset's oversold, it can do those reactions. So yeah, there could be more downside as finally, right? The whole wave, man, we've been talking about it from late September all the way to early mid-November. One wave, man, and now we're painting a new wave. It might be the beginning of a new wave. That you could have a 50% drawdown from your previous low to high, and it wouldn't be weird. You could go down to $2.3 trillion again. And that's a crap load of support. That'd be a really good level of inflection. Just like 1.78 trillion was a great level of inflection that literally held, tested it one day and never again. So maybe you do the same thing here at the next big zone. All right, $3 trillion, the 1272 fib extension. Let's go. TA respected in that regard. Unfortunately, Ethereum could never get to its own 1272. Okay. So let's take a... Oh my goodness, how is this even real life right now? Can you believe this on Cardano chat? It didn't breach that critical... I mean, it did intraday, certainly, right? We are looking at the daily time scale. It got to 176, but look where it is right now. You can't count it out until that's resoundingly broken. That can happen tomorrow, but, you know, I'm just going to plot this like I do all the others. Just the zone, right, where you can see it visibly between, you know, right there. Trying to be like accurate, pinpoint accurate. There we go. So like if you're above that, you're okay. You're above the 200-day moving average still. You've could be, Mr. LinkedIn. It won't matter if Bitcoin dumps. All that idea will be destroyed, and it will continue down the abyss while, you know, Bitcoin keeps selling off. But hey, 58K has not been broken yet. 188 has not been broken yet. You're testing the 200-day moving average for the first time since July 23rd today. You didn't even do it on October 27th. You were very, very close. So interesting, no edge, you know, no action to take really, but dang man, if this holds, really good things could happen. If it doesn't hold, really, really bad things could happen. And as you see, the only thing the asset's done since the buying climax is lower high, pretty much the same high, but technically literally lower than another lower high, right? Lower lows. So it's downtrending midterm undeniably on Cardano. So if the support breaks, you know the target, 148. That is where this asset would be headed almost certainly. Straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. Literally straight up. There's nothing else it's ever really done above 148 to 188 besides straight up, straight down. So that's where we're headed. You have a target on Cardano if Bitcoin wants to continue getting wrecked. ADA is down 6.2% today. Also good Binance coin. Down 7% today. At the third target of the trade setup, it seems as though you have double topped, or you've begun to anyway. 4 hour really clear and discernible. And now you're falling below the inflection point of 597, the old candle high close from April 12th. Not really what you want the asset to do, but after such a stupendous, momentous run, it could be done. At least for just a pullback, right? Like just a mild, moderate retrace. Sure. Right, remember, anytime an asset is showing a wave structure, X, A, B, C, D, that was the whole theory this whole time. You get it right, the entry of the trade set of around 350, or we're thinking the C to D waves coming, and you'll probably run up to the 886, and that's a bearish bat pattern, and that is exactly where reactions could occur. You get the thought process, the 886, the bearish bat, right? Bearish Gartley, whatever, the Bartley, got it. So reacting, possibly reversing there with the 4 hour double top or whatever. So the downside potential could take this to $509 if it does not hold here. $500 would be your downside target soonish. It made, oh, that's beautiful double top right there, isn't it? Yeah. And we just have to pull it up just for the sake of, you got to get on the same wavelength, right? The composite man wants you, right, to be like buying in at the top and where all the euphoria is and all the Pompliano, Raul Paul stuff, where we're going to 100K, certainly by December. Plan B, we're going to do it, right? I mean, that's, you know, ushering in the masses, but, you know, in September, no one's talking, you know, really. I mean, that euphoric. The normies, they're not in the market, right? September was terrible. This is the end of September too, right? So it's like, okay, it made sense to take longs at levels of inflection after drawdowns, right? You're in an uptrend, you pulled back, created a falling wedge. There was divergence. You go up, and what do? The fourth target, right? The last profit-taking level, this asset's topped out, and there could be more downside based on looking left, right? Yeah, big time. So that's like the whole thought process, because on why are we targeting up to upside, and at these levels, like this is where a lot of swing traders are exiting their positions completely, right? It's the same thing with Ethereum and Link and all the others in late September. Those are the great times to take longs, and a lot of them have hit multiple targets of those trades. And now we could be looking at a more significant reversal, at least for the short term. Okay, so Binance, Cardano, Bitcoin, Ethereum, total. Well, let's not let crypto get everyone down, because the S&P 500. I don't know if it closed at its highest level ever today. It was so close. Technically engulfed again today. Wow. I mean, just inching nearer and nearer the highest levels ever. Dang, man, you were really, really close. Are you kidding me? Hold on a sec. Dang, man, you were like $1 or less than $1 away from the highest candle close ever on the S&P. So nice. A lot of up today. Qualcomm just melting up. It like gapped up on earnings and looks like it's a breakaway gap based on this price action, its behavior. IQV, Home Depot. Home Depot's price discovery. Oh man. Etsy, WST, Lowe's, Tesla, AMD. AMD all-time highs, highest daily candle close of all time on that one. Wow. They just keep going, man. So S&P, great. Dow Jones, up 0.15% today, pretty flat.
Imagine rising 3 valleys on Bitcoin weekly if we see 53K.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Anonymous, thanks, dude.
Is that a joint?
Thank you, dude. Dow Jones just hanging out, up mildly today. NASDAQ outperforming value right now. Wow, dude, this one's the same thing as the S&P. Just like a couple dollars away from the highest. It was the second highest candle close of all time today, and a major engulfing. I was much stronger looking candle than the S&P. So yeah, you got mega caps. Amazon is on the cusp of a major breakout that failed earlier this year. Could be real this time, and we're gonna look at it. If you remind me, I'm just try to think here. There aren't many requests, so yeah, you can't be bearish right now. Money printer going burr. Nothing's been stopped here on the stock market, and it's interesting to see equities and crypto so uncorrelated now, as they a lot of times are. So good stuff there. Russell 2000, your small caps that had broken out, just consolidating at a 1618, reacting and not doing much besides maybe just bullishly consolidating. It doesn't even look bad. So we'll see. Anything above 2361 here is good. That's your old all-time high. You might back test it for sure. Beautiful though. So just real quick, let's just knock it out. Amazon, man, look at this. This thing is so poised, so much like, right? It almost feels and looks like reaccumulation. Right? You're just like, oh, we can't, there's too many buyers. There's no way. They preventing the price from going to the bottom section of this range, and then a higher low than the confirmation low to boot, and now just absorbing the remaining supply. And if this breaks, 37, 36, but after that, 4K probably, And that would be part of what just pushes the S&P and the NASDAQ substantially higher. You know, Amazon being a market driver. Apple looks good. Apple looks like really good, you know? It's like just methodically in an uptrend. And there's no real resistance where it is. It's above, like, you know, the old high at the 137, 145. I mean, you're going to go test 156.92 again, the old all-time high, but things are looking really good here on Apple for more upside. I mean, this looks poised for all-time highs again. It looks really good. Stock's going to make a comeback. Yeah, man, Federal Reserve, the world governments. We can't let crypto run circles around us. We must do something about this. Crypto must dump. And, you know, just one of my, like, big holdings. Just, good God, dude. Isn't it crazy how it all started, too? What's up, dude? Thank you. Yeah, look at MIR. How this all started. Look. Search and Fear. A range on AMD back in May of this year. It was breaking it, but then Lisa Su announced they're buying back billions of dollars of AMD shares. Jumped across the creek, rallied, partial decline, breakout, falling wedge, moon, gone. Price discovery, 152.45 today at close. And again, you've never closed at levels this high before. And what an engulfing candle of 4%. So nice. Nvidia is up there too. It's stalling. I think Nvidia kind of front ran AMD, so stalling. But then, yeah, we look at like the top gainer on the S&P today. Holy crap! Look at this. Started with a, you know, an alternate bat pattern. Held this ice line that goes back to September 1st. Look what can happen when assets hold support. And Bitcoin did it. Bitcoin did it at 30K. Then it did it at 40K. Can it do it at 58K, chat? Oh, and by the way, the poll on the springback test, 86% of the viewing audience or participants in the poll were wrong. Guh. Yeah. Something happened today that was amazing. This was a trade setup posted on November 1st. So if you were a patron at the beginning of the month, you had this. This was here for you. There were a decent amount of trade setups on stocks posted already this month. And a lot of them are well off their entries, doing exceedingly well. But there's one 16 days ago. Extreme Networks. It just reminds me of the Harold and Kumar guy who just screams extreme. Okay, why was this a trade setup? Because the asset, there was an ice line, extremely critical ice line that goes back to 2017. Look, it was a support, right? Very real price action if that level holds, okay? My thought process here was, well, if you're at that, there's this level at 930, and you sprung above it, then you back tested the spring. So it was just like Bitcoin. Bitcoin was the 4 hour. This is the daily. You see daily back test of springs. Holy crap. So that was the whole strategy here, was convergence, momentum shifted, higher low, spring back test. And you were just at the inflection point. Like, okay, whatever. Worth a shot here. Because if it breaks that 10.7 or if it breaks that 960, it could be screwed and goes down to $8. Okay. Boom. I mean, it's like literally, you can't even see the green line here. Because I think that's just where this thing started. All right, but like, look, second target of the trade setup bit and third target's on it. So you broke an inflection point today. And you could be headed to $14 in time. But that's kind of, we did a lot of education on the spring back test. So here it is, successful spring back test. Right, versus the unsuccessful spring back test. I don't know, it was successful and then there was just not enough demand to push the price higher. Then it dumped. I mean, sometimes that happens. But in this situation, it did play out. And that's why the trading is all about the mini, never the one. Never the one trade, always the many. So good news there. Also another one that did well that was posted. It was in October. It was a day after my birthday. But this was requested on stream. We go to Sirius XM Holdings. Okay, extremely good. All right, it was a harmonic at that 886, triple bullish divergence on the daily near an inflection point, confirmation low. Everything you could have wanted on the asset was here and presented itself to us on October 18th. All right, there was entry delivered to you last month. And then first target hit, working on breaking that resistance. These targets are normally strategic, right? They're normally levels of resistance. You see, of course that makes sense to be a potential target for taking profit, because people have taken profit there before and it's majorly reversed. Got it, right? So you could be well on your way to the next levels. And CNA, I chose those two levels as my next ones. Yeah, well, that's it, man. It's good. Like, this is good stuff. But again, asset allocation, position sizing is really important, because like you could have had great trade setups in crypto and they all just got devastated. They wiped out, down 10+%. I mean, one point when Bitcoin was doing terrible, they were down like 15, 20%. A lot of them are down 10% today. I mean, the big boys, VeChain, Tron, WRX is not a big boy, but I mean, Zcash, they're all down double-digit percentage points. But let's be real here. Let's just switch gears back to crypto for a second. And let's reassess, because that was major. That was bad, dude, right? Not good.
Ticker LL.
Yeah, I would. Dash, man. Everyone's favorite coin. Just kidding, not really. Is it in jeopardy? I mean, yeah, getting below 211, you want to be above that. But, breaking back below ice lines from history, that does not dictate a trend reversal, right? A trend reversal would occur when this asset, I think, falls below 177. That's real. But really, until it makes a lower low than 146, because that is the very discernible swing low, undeniable. Just like 108, it's discernible swing low on the daily. Here's another one. Until you fall below that, the bullish trend is still intact. So yeah, that sucks, man. $200 today, down 24.78 cents. But nothing's really changed if you're on the daily, and even less so on the weekly, where nothing. You can almost just, it's just another candle, man. Red candle. Next week's a green candle. It gets back above 211 in moons. On days like this, it's really important in crypto, especially these ones that have been showing some nice opportunity, at low risk areas. It's good to zoom out, slow it down, and just, it will help you keep course. Nothing's changed on this asset from last week to this week. Last week was nice because you closed at your highest levels since August 30th, but again, it's barely anything. The second low is still in. You haven't violated that yet, so. Okay. I guess we can get to some requests now, where there's only less than 18 minutes until your daily candle close. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, the bell, sub. Thanks for being here, everyone. I don't know, it's going to be a slow day. They always are, but always trying to provide some sort of value via education, or maybe an opportunity on another market, like different asset class, like stocks, which there are opportunities on stocks. Okay. First one was Alpha. Devastated, dude. I don't even have to look at it to know that it got blown through that support. God, weekly, it's almost like nothing even happened. Really? Oh, it's so cool. I thought it was screwed. It's actually not quite screwed yet. It will be screwed. Okay. If Bitcoin goes below 57.5, this thing's gonna probably fall below 78 cents, and then it's gonna do a full reset, and then all of a sudden this appears. Oh yeah, all of a sudden the Gartley, right? Bitcoin wants to dump, fine. I'll see you at 55 cents. That means it's going to lose half its value if it doesn't hold this support. If Bitcoin goes down to much lower levels, a lot of these altcoins anyway. All right, if you're at a critical support, very, very real, low, high, right? Supports, resistances, and they break. Look what's already presenting itself. I mean, it could turn into a Garley. Maybe Dash does it too. And if things get really bad on Bitcoin, you could have that, and then it would be a wonderful context for a harmonic to an ungodly, perfect, ideal context for a harmonic to present itself too. So maybe it loses half its value, and then we come back, and it might be another opportunity at much lower levels. Things were really, really bad. We could get a Bartley where it goes to the 886. Don't count it out. I mean, yeah, holding support for now, but with Bitcoin showing no edge, no seller exhaustion yet, the dump just kind of started the past couple of days. There's no edge. You can't have that much faith in this support holding. I'd have more faith in this holding if Bitcoin was showing seller exhaustion on somewhat significant timescales. Heck, man, even the 60-minute. Not even showing an edge on the 60-minute quite yet. That's it, all right? So yes, it's alive, but barely alive, dude. All right, next request was this one. Hey, it's start. I mean, the thing pumped, and I think someone requested it. We did hindsight on it, and then it's dumped. And look where it's dumped to. Oh my God, it's finally back to this level, right? I think someone's asking, like, dude, why wouldn't do anything until it gets down to 399, 422 to just assess it? Well, I mean, you're testing it for the first time since you broke it August 27th. Yeah, maybe there is a very real bullish hammer pin bar right here. Not a pin bar, hammer at the 200-day moving average, testing the 200-day moving average for the first time since August 25th. And there's certainly, without a doubt, bullish divergence, and the negative momentum's about to go neutral positive. I mean, there is a case for why maybe a reversal could happen here. But I don't know if it's good enough to take action on, because we always, as swing traders, investors, position traders, we're always looking for that confirmation low. All I see is one potential low that could just be invalidated tomorrow, right? When you wake up, it's down 0.71% after hours. So that pattern could be invalid. So if it falls below $3.99, $4, you better look out. Straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. I mean, it could do the same thing again. So yes, areas to monitor BBIG, but I just don't think you can take action yet unless one's a scalper, and that's another game that I don't play. And I'd say it's only a scalper's world because look where it is. It's literally at the level. And it's diverging at that level. So yes, if we see a reaction here, I would not be surprised, but you don't have confirmation. You react, and then we'd be looking for it after the reaction. Then we missed it, then it sells off, loses all its value, and goes right back down that level for a second attempt. That's the area we really want to be taking along on the confirmation level. Anyway, so there's your BBIG. All right. Let's see here. Let me check my notes. Hope everyone's having a good day despite crypto. I'm sorry about the drop, man. What are you gonna do? Looking for data on this one. Well, this one. That's a little bit more data, but where's all of it? There we go, maybe. All right, here's the data. Yeah, dude. Poly, which I think's Matic or something. I can't remember. Poly looks incredible. I can't even believe how well it's weathered the storm. Look at this spring back test of spring action, old all-time highs from March. It held it. One low, a second low. Accumulation, reaccumulation going on. Unreal. Why reaccumulation? Because you had a low, and then you've confirmed a higher low. not once, but twice locally. Really, you tested it again? Dang, man. So Polymath, one to watch as, you know, it's up 6.29% today. What a winner. What a freaking winner, chat. So where it is now, probably going to 96 cents. Look, I'm just talking about daily candle high close. Look, I mean, that high from September 4th, you went straight up there. It's really choppy, man, right? But you think that could be where it's headed, 96 cents eventually?
Multiple bottoms, but looks scary.
Lemonade.
Again, celebratory hands in the air.
Austin Lee, don't be scared, man. Fear leads to anger, or anger leads to fear, and that leads to the dark side, or something. Okay, also,
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei!
just imagine if Poly holds this 66.72 cent area, right? Diagonal trend line, upsloping trend line, confluent with an ice line, horizontal, super strong right there, right? Confluence makes it kind of a beast of a support in its holding, and it's above those levels. And goodness, I mean, just short-term target after 96 cents. If he broke that, you just have to say 129.45 again, just that wick high from early September. Yeah. Certainly doing nothing like most other cryptos. It is in a world of its own today. Yes, very, very good. And if you want me to, I can just plot the little gray zone of inflection so you can see it. It's all about the levels, chat. All about the critical areas. You're above it. Them. All right? Nice. But how did it all start? Come on, dude. How did it all start? An asset that had a really nice run like everything, but then reversed and lost, what, about 88% of its value, and then created maybe a higher low, confirmation low, and then was gone. Right? It didn't do it magically. Harmony occurred first, and then Moon.
Explain ice line, please, less than 3.
Ice line, a historical support resistance. Ice line, I normally say, is between, you go to the daily and you anchor for the highest candle close and the highest wick of that day, right? So this is ice line, right? On the daily, traders settled up at their highest point ever, 66.6 cents. But intraday, market participants pushed the price all the way to right there at 73 cents. So that's your ice line, the zone of inflection, area of congestion, whatever. Okay, you fell below it, but then you rallied back above it. And anything above that area is really bullish. Anything below it, oof, could be suspect to going much lower, since there isn't much support here until much lower levels. That's it. That's an ice line. Ice line, critical. It's a Wyckofian term. But in actuality, Richard Wyckoff himself did not dub that term, but there have been countless people that have studied and researched Richard Wyckoff's whole life's work, and they've made augmentations, they've made amendments, right? And ice line just happens to be a term that is Wyckofian, but not him himself who made that term. Okay. Yeah, ice lines, any ice line, if I ever say ice line, it's always going to be a horizontal line, support resistance. Okay. That's it. Bitcoin looking pretty weak going into the close. It's another 4-hour candle that will close at a lower low. Yeah, that's been literally automatic, man. It's just been like bots have been set up to just sell since noon UTC yesterday. Auto sell, continuing to auto sell. Okay, that's Poly. Looks actually really good above. Now below 66 cents, you got to say, whoa, maybe not that good anymore. But if you're above it, you have to be bullish above this area. All right. Yeah, I mean, like, the pattern. Let's see. Where's my work at on this one? I think maybe it's finance. Hold on. Yeah, it is. Okay. So unfortunately, on FIL, a demand line was broken, but the critical level of inflection is still intact, but it won't be if Bitcoin dumps, right? If Bitcoin dumps, you have to understand $52 will not hold. This asset will go draw down another huge percentage amount. It will run to $41 very fast if Bitcoin continues to sell. Unfortunately, there's nothing implying that Bitcoin selling is done. So that is a reality. That is a potential, that is a possibility. All right. It looked okay. It looked pretty good. But when the macro goes against you, all ideas, they're off the table. Bitcoin dictates these assets. So yeah, this is it. You see it right here. $52 below that, death. Okay, below $52 equals a loss of 22%. Again, more, another 22%, because you just did that. You're going to do it again if Bitcoin dumps. I mean, it is literally almost a certainty that it would go down that much if Bitcoin wants to dump to 57.5 and lower. All right, almost a certainty. That is one thing that you can almost be certain about. Nothing's really certain except almost all altcoins, most of them, 98%, whatever, are going to dump violently with Bitcoin. Death, taxes, all S coins get wrecked when Bitcoin gets wrecked. Yep, perfect. So until that breaks, okay, you're okay. Sure, maybe you're going for a type 2 return on the Gartley. Maybe. But just, you can't see it happening with the way Bitcoin's looking right now. Now, if Bitcoin rallies, oh my God, the bottom could be in. It could move to $74. Let's go. Okay. Why is FIL a rug pull? Are you kidding? You realize like literally every asset except like 5 did the same thing FIL did. There's nothing special about FIL. It didn't dump substantially harder than others. No, not really. No, not at all, actually. If you look at your watch lists, it was just run-of-the-mill dump like everything else. So it's not a rug pull. It's just a macro dump, and altcoins are extremely negatively affected by that. So that's it. Next one was Guh. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, failure to launch. I mean, this one was in great context, but you know, when Bitcoin stalls out and starts dumping, look where you are now. You're at I don't know at this point. Is this still considered a good entry area? I mean, it's still an 88% retrace. It's still the pattern completion zone of the harmonic. God, I mean, the asset though, unfortunately, like, you know, it appreciated in value from the entry, 50% in value in a month, right? 50% gains, but that was the peak, and it's dumped, and now it's lost 50% of its value in a good matter of 13 days. So, I mean, like, life comes at you fast in crypto, and you're at a critical level. If you break this, you're going to 248. So if Bitcoin doesn't hold on and dumps, and nothing implies that Bitcoin's going to reverse bullishly right now, another 10% drawdown in store for MIR. Just be prepared. Understand. The selling will not stop on these altcoins, even at these levels. They will not stop if Bitcoin keeps going down. Okay. Next one. Austin said he was scared. Yeah, it is kind of blah, isn't it? Yeah, I just really like, hello? It's like John Travolta. Where are the bids? Where are the bids at what should be considered value areas, levels of inflection? You're in the zone here, a big zone of chop. You were diverging, you rallied, tested that 200 moving average and dumped it again. So momentum is still bearish, right? The only thing you're doing, you're not making any higher highs, higher lows yet, are you? No, not at all. You're making the same lows, if not arguably lower lows. So momentum is not reversed yet on Lemonade, even with the harmonic, even with maybe what we thought to be a confirmation low. It still looks really sluggish, and you really want to see in the short term, you know, the lows, the lower lows. You want all of a sudden something to happen where maybe it starts with the same low, then a higher low, and then higher highs. You're wanting to see this, and we don't have that yet on Lemonade. Like, the bear's still in control clearly of this asset until something like this happens where you stop the selling. The sellers imply they're exhausted. They were. Like, look at the divergence was so good here. Didn't matter. I guess it wasn't on a significant enough time scale. So that's like, you know, what we need to see. Because if you're wanting to be bullish on the asset, you want to see that. Because everyone else in the world's looking at the same thing. Higher highs, higher lows, accumulation. So it's rough, man. I think there might be better assets out there. Even though this is at such good levels, it really is. It's just, where are the higher lows? Where are the springs, the back tests of the springs? Amen. Where are they? They're not there yet. They're not happening. And that was the last request, with 20 seconds until your daily candle close. Perfect timing. Bitcoin gonna make another lower low on the 4 hour. Pathetic, chat. For now, anyway. And this will turn around. Remember, on days like this soon shall pass. Just like on days like November 9th and 10th, this soon shall pass. You're not going to be at all-time highs forever. You're not going to be pumping. You're not going to have 1,700 people watching and Benjamin Cohen making a cameo in the chat, right? This soon shall pass. Just like here, as you just made your lowest 4 hour candle close since sweet mother of God. I guess it was only lowest candle close since November 1st. You know, it's been 16 days, or aka 84 years since you've had a 4 hour candle close this low. Bearish convergence going on, not divergence. You are not bullishly diverging. You've made a lower low on price and a higher level of negative momentum. Lowest level of relative strength you've seen on the RSI. You're currently at 26.79. Lowest level since September 22nd. September 22nd, a very, very infamous day. If you care about traditional technical analysis, it was the first time Bitcoin saw 40K tested, a couple times actually. You saw it on the 21st, and then you sold off. And that was, you know, on the 22nd when the RSI was so low. It was the lowest candle low close since August 6th. Then you rallied, you hit the top of another major level, you dumped again, and that's where I thought the bottom was getting put in. But then it went one more time, right, for a third bottom. That's okay, because the stop loss strategically placed was below this 40K area. And so 1, 2, 3, you had a breakout and you rallied. So when you get oversold, no, I'm just saying right now where we are, that's the last time. That's it. I'm not saying it's gonna move now. I'm just going back in history. We're looking at things, okay? Not a big deal. Oh, by the way, in case you don't know, and this is very real, this is Glassnode on-chain analytics. Again, today, Bitcoin being at like 59.6 or lower. The on-chain, right? Its supply on exchanges hit another fresh, brand new 3-year low.
Hey Mitch.
People continuously taking Bitcoin off exchanges no matter what happens on the price. What's up, Egg? FTM? Sure they will look. Thanks. And thanks for the 1,000 people tuned in. Good to see y'all. We're just talking. We're just shooting the S, discussing things. All right. You just cannot be surprised at this level. If the price continues down to see 57.5, 50, it didn't even test. I thought it was going to test 58.3 last night in the morning. It didn't. I can't believe it even ran. It's like, what? You were so close, man. Just go test it. But don't worry. Without an edge, and it seems very, very possible that you see these levels. So test them again. They're not jokes. Right, so quietly behind the scenes, big players are still hoarding Bitcoin. They're not, you know, on this dump. They're not like, oh my God, mass influx of Bitcoin that's getting hot again. It's being put on exchanges. Not. Still hitting multi-year lows every day. Crazy. I just, you guys say like, what, when's it gonna get? Will this happen? Will this?
4 hours and D, please, sir. I got in on the retest at 14 cents. Took profits at my target 1. Now uneasy about letting the rest ride. Thoughts?
What's up, Corey, dude? Thanks for the 20, man. All right, thank you, dude. Well, let's knock those two out. Oh, we gotta look at the daily, don't we? Yeah, the lowest daily candle close on Bitcoin since October 27th. No edge. The edge is just now starting to play out on the bearish side, right? Where there was definitely divergence of some sort. And it's happened before. It happened earlier this year. Chat. What's going on with this? Why is that there? Oh, it's off. But let me show you, right? I mean, the same thing happened in a very bullish market where you made a high, then the higher high, right? Right there on the slightly higher high, it may be 113% retrace, maybe 1272 exhaustion. You reversed only to turn into a higher low than the previous low, and you ran again, and then you got triple divergence and one more time, and like, dang man, it was really tough there. But you just kept diverging a high, the higher high, the higher high, the highest high, lower levels relative strength every time on the RSI. So we've had divergence and it's played out before, and so it's just playing out again here. And we haven't even hit a 38% retrace, which is 57,883. 38% retrace, a 50% retrace, 54,000, and then 53,000 is a critical level of inflection, which is more moderate and reasonable and understandable. It would be, you know, going down to this level down here, chat, would be almost identical to the drawdown or retrace we received in September. It'd be the same thing. Bitcoin at its lows of the day. It just started 5 minutes ago. It's deja vu. But all right, so if we're in an uptrend, couldn't there be buying opportunities at lower levels? That'd be great, man. It's like people are going to be so scared. A lot of the people that joined the market in the past, I don't know, month and a half are going to be out. They're going to quit probably. They're going to go back to doing whatever they do. And then, you know, there will be a pivot, and this soon shall pass. There will end up in like 4 hour, we'll start showing some extremely nice bullish divergence, maybe triple bullish divergence, maybe the 12 hour. And then you pivot and your confirmation lows start getting put in, just like we saw down here in September. It was a little more difficult at 30K, but this was the level to really be watching. So, I mean, 53K is never, since we broke it, it's never been MAC tested. And that's like another reason why it's not that weird if Bitcoin went down to 53K, right? Because market participants might want to push it there for a sale, but also to just confirm that 53K is a support now. Because when you broke it, you don't know. No one knows that it would be, because it could test it and fail and break through and dump all the way down to 41, 42K again. A rising wedge, and that's the measured move area. Inflection points. There might be an edge by then. Whatever, you get it, right? So damn it, I've been live for an hour. Let's go, dude. Let's go.
Bruh.
Alright, so let's just knock out these two requests and then maybe we'll just call it a day or something early, whatever, you know. Because we know Bitcoin's not going up, probably. Well, nothing implies, based on traditional technical analysis, that Bitcoin's going up and it's not at a support level, you know, that's just another thing. It's not even really at supports. I don't know, 60K's over there, you know, earlier this year. Well, good God, look at Ace, man. Ace didn't give two craps about Bitcoin dumping. This was unreal, right? You go to the weekly or monthly, stupid looking double bottom. But then there was the inverse head and shoulders that played out incredibly well. And it's just been testing this first candle high close of all time from May 2nd. If it breaks it, wow, that's where, wow, Ace is in the news, dude. Ace is going to overtake Bitcoin when it goes to 83 cents, you know, from 20 cents. But yeah, this is certainly a level where a reversal could happen. Right? This is exactly where someone might, we've been here before, right? So it's like, yeah, if it keeps going, this is probably where it's headed to. And it's at that level. It's tested it twice. 2 days in a row, 48 hours of testing it. I mean, this is exactly where pullbacks could occur. It could sync back up with Bitcoin, you know, and all that. And if it does, it's going down to 18.5 cents. The old candle high close from May 26th. If it doesn't hold that, 14.4 cents. So you said something about, whoops, I didn't even, sorry, Egg, I skipped you on that. You're uneasy about letting the rest ride? You should, I mean, like, dude, look at the weekly here, okay? This thing's a different animal. Like, this is, like, okay. It's so unfair because the same, like, analysis I've been providing on these altcoins that just haven't launched yet because Bitcoin's still trying to figure it out. They're doing the same thing. They just haven't done what Ace has done. Ace is beginning to take off. They had XLM and XRP and come on, man. Dash and Zcash, Doge, all of them are doing this on the weekly. They haven't launched yet. They failed to launch. Ace is launching, and really on the weekly, this doesn't even exist. I mean, good God, it's 83 cents eventually if this breaks. Now, if it doesn't, yeah, there's supports below you, you know, to go back test and stuff. But it looks accumulation, and there could be a lot of upside on Ace if it keeps going. I'm not telling anyone to buy now. There was a time. There were certainly low risk areas. There was a harmonic here and inverse head and shoulders and double bottoms on the week. There were times to take action, and now is not. But if one got in at reasonable levels, just imagine it breaking that 23 cent area where it could go to. Could be insane. Bullish engulfing candle 2 days ago. Wow. The day that Bitcoin dumped, right, and broke support, this one engulfed bullishly above critical resistance, or not really that critical. It's there, though, inflection point from me. All right, now let's go to FTM, okay? For Egg. Good. Well, I mean, come on, dudes. FTM. Can you have Hopium on FTM? Chat, how could we give Hopium on this? This thing's stupid. From its old high to low. The same Fibonacci we'd be using for all the altcoins that are still hitting 382s and 236s down here. This one went up and it achieved almost a 4236 fib extension. All right. It topped out once, sold off. What did it do? Attempted a rally. And the rally failed. So you've double topped, you've broken the neckline of the double top at 241. The next target on this asset's 187 to 194. Look left. It's not me making this up. It's like, look, levels of inflection are upon you. There could be way more downside. Look at the daily. It implies nothing but maybe more downside, and it wouldn't be weird. There's no exhaustion. You're at your highest level of negative momentum ever today. The lowest relative strength you've seen since July. This thing ran its course far greater than anything else. Most other things didn't do anything like this at all. There was even a little falling wedge pattern and then a back test of the old resistance as support, engulfing gone, you know, and trade and all that. And now it's time to be looking for other things. But I'm just saying, like, it could keep going, man, but it's always better looking for assets that have drawn down 88% from the previous lows. These, like GRT and the ones that haven't taken off yet, versus, you know, you had your opportunity here. If you'd have bought just like the same way you bought everything else, you'd be up stupid amounts of percentage points. Hopium on the 4-hour MACD. Oh, okay, the 4-hour, huh? Yeah, we got some bullish divergence on the MACD. The RSI is wrecked. Lowest RSI since July. In the 4 hour. Yeah, this is where, okay, this is where someone would be like painting a harmonic, right? They'd be like, dude, it's a Gartley, man, or a Bartley, right? Sure, it's a Gartley, but dude, terrible context for a harmonic. This is just not where you want to see a harmonic. Best place to see a harmonic down here, right? These levels. The harmonics, because they're deep retraces from their previous lows. Swing low to high. Okay, 88% retrace. Harmonic. Best area. When you're at like all-time highs, it's just not good areas to be identifying harmonics. I just don't think they have the same probability of playing out as the ones at those lower levels. So yeah, you can smoke your hopium, and yes, sellers might be exhausted on this time scale. Impending price action, reversal to the upside, fine. 4 hour, maybe it does it. Break 245, that's where really good things could happen, right? That's your target anyway. But you're in the dead middle. You're between 187 and 245. Really tough to strategize a stop loss here, isn't it, Eggman? Like, you can't. But what if, like, okay, I'm going to set a stop just like below the wick, man, I guess at $2. And then it dumps and then goes to 187 and tests it and goes like triple divergence and then rallies and you get stomped out and it moons and just like... I think we had the same conversation about here. I think FTM, you asked about it. And I'm like, just wait, man. Wait till this thing gets down here and then it might be a better entry area. Yeah, you're telling me there's a chance. Yeah, only Bitcoin miraculously moons. Sure. It'd be a miracle. It'd be literally a coin flip. If Bitcoin rallied here, it wouldn't make that much sense. I mean, in terms of technicals, like what? Besides a reaction, it might be a reaction low where it rallies, but just makes a lower high, hits 63,588, and then dumps again. And we'd be looking for a confirmation low. You're always looking for the confirmation low, man. Oh, who's in? Possible rankings going on, huh? Could imagine. Let me guess. Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, and then someone else. Cincinnati? Okay, that's it. Those are your requests today. Pretty light day. I think we've gone like 100 streams in a row. You know what? We're not even gonna talk about it. Streak being broken today, quietly, subtly. There's no point bringing it up. Oh, Oregon, yeah, Oregon because they beat Ohio State. Sure, yeah, as long as Oregon State doesn't screw up. I mean, they did lose to Stanford though, right? Yep, and Bama lost to A&M, but it doesn't matter because Bama's going to play the beast, the one to beat. Oregon's not ever going to do that, so everything with Bama and Georgia will get, it'll work itself out. Can't say the same for Oregon, Ohio State stuff. Okay, so are we all caught up? We kind of get what's going on here. No discernible edge really on Bitcoin, though it could reverse. You flip the coin, it goes up. You flip the coin, it goes down right now. Hasn't tested the bottom thresholds of the major zone, I think. I think that's around 57.5. It could do that, but just as easy right now on a new day, right? New days, usher in new price action a lot of times. It could rally. Look, you could go, if you up thrusted above 63,588, 64,899, you could always go and back test the up thrust as resistance before failing and dumping to lower levels. And then the downtrend would really be going on in the short term. The low, or the high, the lower high, the lower low, the lower high again. Right, so I mean, you can't count it out, but anything above 57.5 to 58.3 is safe. You're okay. Everything's okay. If you break that, you have to understand the drawdown percentage chance, or the drawdown. It could be another 8% drawdown on Bitcoin if it breaks that critical 57.5 area. Okay, there hadn't really been anyone buying. Even though the Bitcoin just keeps getting taken off exchanges. You say Bama will destroy Georgia? Dude, that's crazy. I don't know how you could say that at all. Like, watching the game, there's no way you could say that about it. Bama has a lot of problems this year. Coaching is probably the biggest issue that we have. And if we're getting outcoached by Jimbo at A&M, could very well get outcoached by Kirby. The only way Bama probably wins the game against Georgia is Georgia beats themselves, which could very well happen, right? Yeah. But with the Braves winning the World Series this year, the curse might be broken for Georgia sports of all levels, right? Georgia football always ends up losing it, you know. The Falcons, right? I think the basketball team and the Braves, but now maybe not this year. Oh, retrace. It's all good, man. It was a good experience. I got to go. And one day I was there. Yeah, I was at the Kick 6 game, dude. I was at the freaking Sugar Bowl in 08, man. Against Utah. I've been in some pretty bad games. But I've also been in some really good games too. So I don't know about that. I mean, I think Bama will score more than one touchdown on Georgia for sure. Yeah. I don't think you can. I mean, our offense is very capable. Like, the issue is, like, Bama can be world beaters if they show up that day, but you have no idea. The inconsistency with this team this year is, you know, made me suspect to never be like, oh, we got this, man. I mean, ooh, out the gate. What's going on? More selling, chat. We're at the lows of the new day. Can you believe it? Yes, you can certainly believe it right now. Anyone still here, man? Yeah, we got, what's up? 1,031 people here. Thanks for the 438 likes. We could do 500 likes, I think, chat. I believe in y'all, all right? This is like all day. It's like all day, man. Scanning charts, just looking up on my Bitcoin screen. It's just like the lowest low of the 4-hour candle over and over and over again. Just reading some chat. Okay, I haven't read chat all stream, so let's go, Todd, man. Appreciate that, dude. Really, thank you, man. We got 500 likes. Let's go. We got something to be hyped about.
Hype in the chat.
Nah, man, I don't know. There's some stocks that to be hyped about. Hype because of technical analysis, right? Then too, don't worry about it, man. They're doing things, man. They're running around. They're doing art. They're doing sophisticated things. I tend to think about the people that are watching that can't like. They're probably watching on TV. You know, I highly doubt they're doing it nefariously, just watching and not liking out of spite. I doubt that, dude. I think it's just whatever, man. It's how it works. Favorite beans? Sumatran beans. I don't know if he has it listed. That's just a personal preference. It's not. I don't know if it's even Irwin. Even Irwin's cough. When Irwin gives me Sumatra, I lose my mind. You know. But personal preference is.
I think I will have to sell my remaining cream to buy and save Bitcoin from further downside.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna go like, hey, Bitcoin goes to 52K. I'm just gonna go get a mortgage, like a $200,000 mortgage, and just go in on Bitcoin. What could go wrong, right? Just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just saying, like, I think at 52, 53K, if we get that opportunity, it's gonna be a lot of fear. A lot of people are gonna be scared, but it could be a chance, man, to like a really good DCA level. Like, we've been in Bitcoin since like you know, the low thousands. Ethereum since like the low hundreds, and it's like, okay, we got those, but we're holding those. We're not like letting go of them, man. And like, you're gonna go to 53K, and that's substantially higher than the previous low from September. So yeah, you get down there, man, it could be golden for a chance. And you can't be surprised if it goes down there based on the analysis that's been done today, right? Based on many reasons with Fibonacci, measured moves of major structures that you've broken out of yesterday, or yeah, and horizontal line resistance supports. So there's an argument there, and there's no edge. Nothing implies the selling's done, you know. And until that happens, it could keep selling. Yeah, I mean, like, not gonna take out a mortgage and stuff at 50, but it's assuming there are a couple of variables that look good, like here, like we saw down here. I'm probably gonna take a shot, and I don't care. It keeps down. Okay, I'll just maybe 48K. I'll take another shot. You know, always having dry powder. You're never like going so far in that you don't have anything left. You're out of dry powder. You always want to have dry powder. So those might be the levels, man. But you know, there's always the offshoot chance that 57, 58K is so powerful and there are just too many bids that it can't fall below that level. Always that chance too, man. But until an edge presents itself, like if we get down to 57.5, 58K, I think we would want to see a nice reaction, a rally, and then it comes back down to test the level again, and then we get bullish divergence on the oscillators on the second test. That would make me feel more confident to believe that 57.5, 58K would hold, but none of that's happened yet, so you have to be wary. Okay, so I'll just leave you to this selling, this methodical blah. But I think we had a pretty decent stream today, short and sweet, hour and a half. Okay. We good, chat? Just be prepared and understand the levels that are extremely important. You will lose 8% more of your value, possibly fast, maybe in a day, if Bitcoin breaks below 57.5. But if it holds, and holds for a while, it could run up to 63,588 again. You're now in a zone, man. You're a zone. You're zoned in. You could ping pong between the zone. And it's understandable. So thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. I don't know. It was not a good day for crypto. Great day for stocks, but man, I feel like I had a pretty good day today. And I'm glad I got to hang out with y'all. So I'll be back. Until next time, respect the TA.